let's talk about Split for a second because it's one of those movies that it's a good film. I am all in favor of it, and I think M. Night Shyamalan did a really good thing here. He's known for doing twisty films. I said that pretty weird. Actually, before I went into Split, I knew there was going to be a twist ending because someone had seen this in September, and they had actually taken a lot of thought into making sure no one had this spoiled for them. So I'm obviously not going to do that for you here. The movie also came out 4 years ago, so I'm assuming you've seen it, but I'm still not going to spoil it. Basically, when I looked up a comment on a YouTube video for Split around January 2017 or earlier, before the movie came out, I saw someone saying they'd seen it at a horror festival and they had the ending and spoiled, and they really thought it was a good ending, and I thought so too. I think everything in this movie ties together. It doesn't really feel loose or as if M. Night Shyamalan is leaving something out. His sequel, Glass, however, yeah, it feels like they're leaving a lot out, and a lot of it isn't cathartic, but we will not get into that. We're going to be talking about Split, only Split for now. Well, what makes Split so good is its tone. It's a very different tone than any M. Night Shyamalan movie. It's just very threatening, very grim, and it's a PG-13 kind of grim. It isn't a really disturbing movie. It just feels like you're in this tense place. You know, James McAvoy's kidnapped three girls, Haley Lee Richardson, Anya Taylor Joy, and then a third one who's probably in a lot of network TV and movies, and I just have not learned her name. I'm sorry. Haley Lee Richardson was in The Edge of 17, so I know from that, and Anya Taylor Joy is just a brilliant actress in a lot of stuff, rising star. Um, and they even got Diana Silvers in Glass, which is funny. Just the rising stars of like female actresses. Oh well, and Diana Silvers is in a lot of things now, so we'll be on the lookout for her. But just for Split, it's not disturbing entirely. It just has this really cool cast, and it's a really creepily performed. I think the actors all do a fantastic job. The girls play off against McAvoy. Great, McAvoy is the star of the show. He steals every single scene he's in. Scenes with Betty Buckley aren't fantastic, but they add to the film. They don't really slow it down, but they do kind of take you away from the action. You're wondering what's going to happen. Is this really necessary? Is this just padding out the runtime? It is just padding out the runtime, sadly. But that's just part of it. Yeah, Split is good. The one issue I would have with it are the flashbacks, which I think punctuate to make it give you an incentive on where the characters are coming from and what some of their motivations may stem from, their background, their trauma. But it punctuates the tension too much, and it is a little lapsing. Those flashbacks, some of them are very light, not light, because some of them flashbacks are dark, but it's just a big tonal shift, is what I'm saying, and that could affect the film at points. Not entirely. It affects the film. So yeah, that's really all I think of the movie. I'm sorry, I'm just writing down notes for it, um, and I still do not know about. Well, I do know that the whole film takes place at the Philadelphia Zoo. I think that was a really cool reveal. It's not even like a big reveal. It's just M. Night Shyamalan is really stylistic with his movies. He doesn't ever carve them out and leaves you wanting like something you didn't get. He always gives you exactly what he set it out to give you. I mean, this has really creepy angles of a basement. It has creepy angles of a psychiatrist's office. I'm saying angles. It just has these crooked, unusual, and cool, entrancing shots of all these locations, and he does a great job at fleshing out this world and making its characters enjoyable, scary, and fun. You want to root for these girls. You want them to get out of this situation, and it's also funny. There's the scene with the tape recorder. I just remember hearing that. Someone said there's a scene with a tape recorder. That's crazy. That's what I read before I went to this film, and I remember watching it, and I didn't think that was the crazy scene of the film. I was actually shook more by the twist, which I knew about because it's a predictable twist. If you've seen Unbreakable, all right, if you've seen Unbreakable, or if you've just heard of the mini connection, you would know that there's something to do with it, and that's all. It wasn't entirely surprising, but it still left me very shook because the way it ends and the way the twist is handled, it's pretty clever. It's done in a neat post-credit scene, just title, and then they reveal what happens. It's pretty cool, and I like it. I'm a big fan of Split, and I'm going to go on to review Glass, which was a fat pile of doggy shit.